Good morning. It's like 2. I've been trying to drift for like an hour and I just can't really get anything good. I'm trying a bunch of different stuff and yeah, it's not really going so hot for me. So we'll just go with just this, I guess. And then I got a couple of things, but I'm gonna move it to the end of the video just because I don't wanna. Again, this is a scuffed run, but I'm gonna move some of the stuff to the end of the video just because I don't want to. I don't really want to pick you up and walk you around with the mic. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I only slept 3 hours yesterday because I had to wake up early and drive super far and go pick up the stuff. I made a reseller leave the Goodwill and go to the next Goodwill when I picked up a pair of boots that I'll show you later. He was just like, "Ah, screw this," and then he left and went to a different store. And I seen him at like 2 or 3 different stores. Yeah, he had some good stuff in his cart at some of the other stores. At one store they had a bin putting shoes out. There was a whole like giant tote of shoes. Oh God, you know what? I didn't even look to see like. You're so not in frame, and I can just tell by the way you be sitting. Well, I legit don't want to do this again because it's like I've already spent so much time attempting to drift or whatever, and it's just like, yeah. How out of frame are you now? How unhappy do you look now? I don't actually look in frame, or whatever. Yeah. So there was like a whole giant bin of shoes that they were putting out at a different Goodwill than the one that I found the shoes at. And she had like a size 12 pair of Nike like Hyper Dunks, like a brand new low top pair of shoes, which again, it's like I didn't need, but what I do with a brand new pair of Nike whatever Super Dunk things. The reason that I went around this bin is because again, I used to play tons of Need for Speed World, and I spent so much time just going around this bin in circles, like learning how to do this bin over and over and over. So it's something that I used to do a lot in a totally different game, and it's cool to come back and do it in like a potato car that's actually difficult to drive. Yeah. But there was like a giant bin of shoes, and she had like a really nice pair of shoes, and the bin was full, like chock full, and you could dig down and you could find stuff, and I spotted like a pair of Uggs and a couple other things, but I'm like, dude, even if I like somehow, I don't have a cart. I could go grab a cart, whatever. I'm like, even if I pull out a good pair of shoes or something, she's just gonna yoink them like the second that I uncover them. So I'm like, this is so pointless. And I just kind of left the store because I just didn't care that much about it. It was like, whatever. Because it's not really what I was there for. I was there for like furniture. Yeah, they kind of look like LeBron low tops, but I know they weren't because they were like brand new. I don't know exactly what they were. But yeah, I was like, F this. It just wasn't worth the time. But part of the problem is like, well, I have like, I have FOMO or whatever. I don't know what this cam's gonna look like, and I do own Need for Speed World. In case there's any licensing issue that anyone thinks that YouTube has with me. At a later date, I do own the game. So, is this not? Oh wait, dude, the cinematic cam just like flat out not work. Okay, well, it's okay. This is the cam that I can see. Yeah, I don't know. It just the problem is I have FOMO, right? So in my head, I'm like, there's a pair of Jordan 1s at the bottom of this bin, size 11.5 high tops. Like, and I just didn't want to fight with this lady over it. Like, I just don't, over things I don't need. Like, there's like 30 pairs of shoes sitting in there, and I was thinking about it when I was like considering fighting this lady over these shoes. I'm like, bro, you've been wearing the same pair of Jordan or the same pair of Nike Air Force One high tops for quite a long time. Like, what do you like for 2 years? You've been circulating these shoes. So, like, what does it matter? I don't know why I cared, and it was just whatever. So yeah. This is one of the last sim rig like this whole setup is going. It's not going away, but it's like it's gonna be packed up and moved out of this room. Like the computer's getting packed up. This wheel, like the sim rig itself, isn't gonna be used at all. anymore until I get a cockpit and a handbrake and a clutch, because that's another big thing too, is my clutch being my e-brake is like, it's such a huge handicap, and I can't actually really drift. Like, I can drift, but I can't drift, you know what I mean? And I definitely can't change gears and be in boost when I need to. That's a huge problem. So I pretty much just need to relearn drifting completely, and I'm gonna get the cockpit and the e-brake and all the things that I would need to, really try and learn it again. Because when I first started trying to learn, I spent like 20 hours just trying to like learn and figure it out. And until I put an e-brake, got the e-brake, I couldn't do it. It just wasn't working for me. Like, I had to put the e-brake as my clutch, and it worked. Like, that was what I had to do to make it work. But yeah, like this whole setup or whatever, I bought the smells pad new. The wheel was a gift. This is the monitor is a Asus 165 hertz. It was a return, like Amazon return box thing. I got for like half off. I bought the keyboard new in like 2019 and the mouse new in like 2019. There's like cheapo Razer and a cheapo Logitech. The Optiplex is just like, it's got a 570 in it with an i5 2500K from just like a tech company in Strongsville, Ohio. Yeah, just got a 570 and a 2500K, and then it had 8 gigabytes of RAM, but I added another 8. I swapped the RAM out for better RAM and just in general, so it's got 16 gigs of RAM, which definitely helped because it was bottlenecking pretty hard. But the CPU's bottlenecking it so hard that it's just kind of it can play everything and whatever, but it just wasn't gonna be good for FPS games, because if I suck at FPS games, it's gonna affect my mental health, and I don't really need anything affecting my mental health. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna start reading from the book because I'm really just like pulling points out of the air here. But yeah, I'm not even gonna use this PC unless I decide to like stream, or I need a second PC for streaming or something. I'm not really gonna use it. It's kind of just gonna like it's gonna sit back and chill for a while. She's been good to me. You know what I mean? She's been a good PC. Like, she is like 3 years old, 3.5 years old or something. You know what I mean? For a $300 computer, like, that's been punched off of the table. It's she's had some falls because of the Simrig. At least I think she's had at least one fall because of the Simrig, and I've definitely whacked it off of there in an arena rage moment. Yeah. It could be a few weeks or it could be a few months. It kind of depends on how bad I miss, drifting and using the rig. And whether I can get a really good deal on something or not. Like, I'm looking for like a rich hobbyist who does not have time anymore, but also, understands his investment is into fun, and it's based on how much fun he had with it, and the equipment is only worth, someone will pay. And then I wrote down, some people just want a thing gone. Like, the amount of money they spent for it doesn't really matter. They're just like, I got something going on and I need this gone. And then I wrote down taxes, laundry. I need to buy some more socks and boxers. And then I wrote I watch most of my content at 480p and usually play on like low everything. Yeah. I've never played past 1080p, but my monitor and PC both are realistically set up for at least 1440p. You know what I mean? So, and it'd be strong AF for a 1440p setup. If I intend to do like thrift store vlog kind of videos eventually, like, not at this moment, but if I do it now, it'll be with the Scuff headphones I have now, and I'll just make clips. Like, it'll be the same thing I'll do, but with crappier audio than I would like, I guess. And then I would just clip them together on my new computer or whatever, and then just make it into like a vlog. Like, I would hit, let's just say, 10 thrift stores in a day, and it would just be like cool stuff I've seen, and then like what my haul was for the end of the day type thing, and it'd all just be edited together. Again, I don't think I would do like a FPV thing. Like I was considering like the GoPro thing where you're just like you're with me for the entire day no matter what, but you're just sped up. But that could also be bad in different ways for me, in a lot of different ways. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I need a better set of like in-ear headphones so I can just like talk, at a normal level or even at a quiet level, and you all be able to hear me clearly and well and everything. Yeah. I can't believe Cinematic Cam doesn't work, but I guess it makes like total sense because this is such a custom map. But it's like, well, why did you even put it in there if it doesn't work? But, okay. Yeah. And that's something I might do weekly, like if I start hitting thrift stores often, or if I don't have to work 6 days a week, and who knows? Like we're saying, it could be 4 or 5 years from now, who knows? But you might get like a day or a thrifting video like once a week. Like I might, go out and hit a bunch of thrift stores one day, and you'll get like a video a week or something. It could be short, it could be long, just based on what I find and whatever. So, but yeah, I need to see about glasses for work and pay out of pocket for an eye exam and new lenses for my glasses. I messaged Andrew like when I was going to get the computer, so at least someone knew, where I was going, just in case something happened to me, even though he never like responded or anything, see the message. Andrew never got back to me since I told him I got my PC. He's got to get me in some console pleb lobbies on Modern Warfare. 10 years of making $45,000 a year. We'll just say after taxes in my pocket. I would never have to work again. About $200,000 at 7% interest if I own my own home. I'd never have to do any kind of BS I don't want to do ever again. Like someone would just be like, "Hey, you want to do such and such?" And it's just like, no, it sounds terrible. I don't want to do that. Why would I want to do that? Or if someone says something, I want to do it, it's like, cool. I'm choosing to do this. It's an option type thing. So yeah, I don't know. Today was definitely better than yesterday. You know what I mean? Yesterday was one of the worst days I've ever had, as far as like awkwardness and having a really bad day. All right, so now I get to move you twice, 2 times over. So, all right, this is not gonna be pretty for you. I guess you can just live out here at this point, to be honest with you. I mean, just like, alright, so I bought some stuff today. You can just hang out here in a second. Hold on, I gotta like put the mic down. I'm sorry, this is probably just the worst thing you've ever had happen to you, audio wise. Yeah, but so I got this chair today. It's an Arosa Arena, like XL, super big desk, and it weighs over 100 pounds. I can assure you. And I solo carried it up here, obviously, because I'm a machine. But it's super big. It's 6 feet long or something. So it's massive. It's super like heavy duty and sturdy and stuff. So it should be nice for me to put games on. My monitors and stuff should be safe, and if I just want to mount a monitor or something to the table, I can do that. I can do whatever I want, I guess, with it, essentially. And again, it's got a mouse pad that's like as big as the table, so I saved $40 on a mouse pad, at least for now. I guess that's how you gotta think about it. I got these right like 10 minutes after I left getting the table. These are let's see. These are Ariat Catalyst like hiking boots. And I'd love for you to tell me when someone wore these, because they're $320. And I don't know that they really got worn for more than one trip ever. So, like, I don't know. But yeah, I got those boots for $6. That's what I say. Like I grabbed those off the shelf, and then the reseller was like, "Oh, screw this," and he went on to the next store. I got just like a cheapo toaster. I don't know. You're like, that is kind of a cheapo whatever toaster, but you know, Hamilton Beach, and you know they still had the thing on it. It had only been used like a couple times. Like there's almost like no toast, remnants or whatever inside of this toaster, so it hadn't really been used that much. But yeah, the chair I'm gonna have is just gonna be like a donated or like a free chair. It's essentially just gonna be like exactly like the old black chair that I had. I used to have a gaming chair that I needed to fix that I never ended up fixing, that I got for free from someone at work, and then a black chair. And I never ended up fixing the black chair. But yeah, like I just don't get it. And then the other thing is like I'll say where I went, just because it doesn't really matter. I don't even go out there very often. But I went out to Mansfield, and I ran into a couple people who like I run into people all the time who like do thrifting and stuff like as a full-time thing, but like I seen what Broski had in his cart. I seen what he was picking out. Like when I bought these boots, he had an Olympic tracksuit, like an old school, like a '70s style, ugly colorway Olympic tracksuit. I'm like, oh, that's cool. As I'm grabbing these boots and checking out, and then when I seen it at the other place, like I don't know for sure that he's getting, decent profits on things, but like I can see how he probably made like a hundred or $150 in this one store, right? And then I'm like killing myself at this job for like $120 after taxes. So it's just like I don't know, man. Like maybe that's the future for me. Like I don't know that I'm actually better at just about anything else other than like looking at an item and knowing what I don't know, knowing things about it, being able to properly research it. I don't know. But yeah, this is the end of the video. I made it tonight because again I have to wake up early tomorrow. I'm gonna hit a couple thrift stores because I essentially have to leave the house anyway. So I have to leave the house, go get this chair, and then I'll have all the parts and pieces I need to assemble the Omega computer. Yeah, I don't know. Like I've been wanting to do it like really bad, and I'm just trying not to like, well, one, I don't know if it's gonna make me happy or if I even care, and then two, I want to do it right the first time, and or give myself like, I don't know, like a nice start at it, like not like the exact way that I could have just like completely ruined any chance I had enjoying myself or whatever. I don't know what you want to call it, but like would have been to boot up Tarkov on my Optiplex, have 9 million stutters, have it be freezing constantly in the menu, just everything be miserable, or just trying to play Apex and then having it say I'm having 110 FPS and then having it like dip down to like 40 or spike or do goofy things and not feel buttery. So I don't know. I am trying to give myself again the best shot of it that I can, and then like I'm hunting around for everything. Like again, it's like I spent $85 on the table. It's technically like a $400 table, or the cheapest one that you can buy. You can't buy this color anymore, but the cheapest color of this that you can buy is like $279, and it's $100 cheaper than all the other ones because maybe nobody wants the color. But either way, it's like a nice desk, and the cheapest I would have been able to get a table, like a fold-out table, would have been $40 at Walmart, and it would have been a gross white one. And then when I was looking at one of the black one from Lowe's, and that would have been $70. So either way, I was gonna spend money, and then I didn't spend money on the mouse pad, so technically I saved myself $40 because I had already ordered it off Amazon. I was just waiting for it to ship this week. So I don't know, like I spent about 95. Well, if you include gas, I probably spent $100 today, and I still went to work, and I made my $120 after taxes or whatever. I don't know. I made more money in the 20 minutes this morning, theoretically, than I did all day at work. Like, so, like, twice over. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It is whatever. This video is too long because when I looked at the screen, it said 14 minutes. So this is gonna be a pain in the butt to upload. I'm not really gonna sleep too much. I actually feel pretty fine. I mean, I'm kind of stumbly or whatever, and I don't know. I feel okay. I don't know. I can't wait to assemble this, the internet, get everything ready to go. Download all the games because that's gonna take ages. I'm gonna do that. Like I'm gonna download, all the big games that I want to play, and that way it's just ready to rip. And yeah, I don't know. It's just gonna be a multi-day thing, a multi-stage thing, and eventually, hopefully by the weekend or something, I'm able to like sit down and crank on a game at like, max FPS and just have some fun, or try to have some fun. I don't know. It'll be fun for a little bit because I won't be like frustrated that I'm dying or that crappy things are happening. I'm just like I'm learning again. I'm relearning everything. So I don't know. And I can't wait to try out all my new stuff, like my new headset, new mouse, new keyboard, like new monitor, everything. Like everything's gonna be new. The table, everything except for the chair that looks exactly like my old chair. Yeah, everything's gonna be new, and I don't know. Oh, it's nice, and I get some level of enjoyment out of it. I've kind of told myself that like whenever I'm finished this week with work, like Friday, Saturday, whatever, I'll have paid off the computer completely, like I say, and it'll just be like a net, whatever, like a net neutral. Like I made no money, but I also now have a cool thing. So that's also another thing where it's like, I don't know. Part of me is like, you don't even know if you'll be alive in X amount of time. Like, what does it matter that you're saving the money? Like, which is a bad thing to think of, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's not what I meant to say. It's more just like, I don't know. Some people I feel like are saving for when they get old, or like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I want to enjoy my retirement years when I'm young, and then if I'm working at Walmart as a greeter when I'm 60. I don't know where I'm going with this. Again, I've had 3 hours sleep. This has just been absolutely terrible, but drifting earlier was terrible. Everything's been terrible as far as this goes, but hopefully tomorrow's better. After I get the chair, I don't have to like run around or do anything anymore, and I won't have to wake up early. I'll just be able to sleep and go to work or do whatever. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the most fun content ever. If you skip around or if you don't watch very many, like that's cool. Whatever you want to do. It's just perspective, or if you're ever having a bad day and you're like, dude, I wonder what's going on with that dude. Like, and you just like check me out, like, oh, dude, he's actually seems like he's having a really bad day. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys. I'm going to attempt to upload this. Try and sleep a couple hours. Hit 5 more thrift stores. Maybe pull out a couple crappy pieces of furniture. Again, I don't think the things that I bought are crappy. I just think it's like, I don't know. They're not. They've been painted, or they're rough, or old, or I don't know. I have no points. There's nothing to this. I'm gonna donate a bunch of stuff here pretty soon. Thanks for watching.